its meeting today, it reviewed very critically all aspects of the security situation in the country, and we came up with conclusions commending the efforts of the military and other security agencies in mitigating insurgency, particularly in the Northeast, where the fundamentalists there have been greatly degraded, and equally in the Northwest, where the bandits are equally weakened, and the North Central, where we are engaged with the pockets of bandits that we have identified there. We are worried. The council is quite concerned about the violent attack in Owo, Ondo State. And we've been able to locate the perpetrators of that event, or that sad, horrendous attack. From all indications, we are zeroing in on ISWAP, the Islamic State for West Africa. It is not an ethno-religious thing. The animals in ISWAP wanting attention and recognition are suspected to have launched that attack. And we have directed all the agencies concerned to go after them and bring them to justice. We are equally concerned about the spate of attacks in the name of blasphemy. The police has been directed to mobilize, identify, and apprehend all those involved in the blasphemy attacks in two areas of the country, namely Sokoto and Abuja of recent. The assurance is that we are committed to maintaining law and order and providing adequate security for Nigerian citizens. Appropriate preparation is put in place for the elections coming up in Ekiti this month and Osun next month by principally Nigeria Police, supported by other security agencies and to some extent the military. That is the long and short of it. The president wants us to assure Nigerians that his administration is committed to providing adequate security and ensuring the maintenance of law and order, so that Nigerians will be able to go about their businesses, particularly farmers who want to go to their farms without any fear of attack or molestation. I thank you. Police is leading the security agencies mainly, and the military at the background, the security management and arrangement for the elections in Ekiti and Osun. I didn't say only the police. So if you want to know the strength of the forces that are going, it can't be the police alone. Police is the leading agency in provision of security for the election, but it's not the only. All security agencies will be involved under the leadership of the Nigeria Police Force, with the military at the background. So getting the strength of police will not provide you what you need, because all other security agencies are equally involved and they are deploying. No, I just want to clarify that I'm not answering. Let the chief operation officer answer you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let me start with the first. Intelligence if it is not there. Intelligence is something that is proactive. It is a continuous process. So you cannot have intelligence in everything, and you can be also looking for intelligence in everything. The intelligence gathered so far does not lead us to proactively foresee that ISWAP or any other person is going to strike in Owo, particularly in that church. For that, we don't have intelligence. But for following the activities of ISWAP, it is being followed and it is being nabbed in the boot in most instances. And there are times they succeed. And that does not mean it is failure of intelligence, but it is maybe beating of the intelligence, or they have beaten the intelligence in one way or the other out of many that has been able to put in the board. For the issue of kidnapping of the Methodist Church, no arrest has been made in terms of suspects. But we are still on it. Arrest doesn't have to become immediately. The case is still under investigation. The case is open, and we are still looking for the suspects. We have leads. We have some issues that we are still following through how the ransom was collected and how the negotiations were done. We have information to that effect, and we are looking at getting into the real aspect of getting the suspects arrested. As for the issue of helicopter attack, the allegations are there, the assertions are there. We have not been able to say there is any helicopter attack on innocent citizens like you have suggested. But most of the time, these assertions are made, and up to now, we've not been able to see or we've not been able to identify any helicopter that is flying and killing people unnecessarily. But there are instances where our own helicopters, security forces helicopters that are flying, but we don't have that allegation of being innocent people being killed, except where in some instances in the past where the military helicopters has maybe in one way or the other missed target or misdirected target and so forth. But that issue has not been an issue of discussion in the security meeting. We are still looking into the allegation, and we are still looking into the assertion. If there are any leads to follow, we will do that. As for the how many policemen are deployed to Ikiti or Oshun, yeah, we have. I can say for the police, just like the Honorable Minister said, other security agents followed. But as for the police, we have deployed, or we are deploying 17,374 policemen. Thank you.
I never said we have located. I said I didn't use this word, and that's the word you must now use. We have been able to see the footprint. And that was right, the footprint of ISWAP in the horrendous attack at Owo. Gentlemen, we are speaking English. We are speaking English. This is a serious matter. It does not require to sensationalize it. Don't let us sensationalize this matter. This is a serious matter. If we have identified perpetrators, we would have arrested them. But what is important, in fact, the context in which I want this to be reported is simple. Let us debunk the erroneous belief that the attack in a war is northernization of Nigeria, northernization of Nigeria. No. Criminals, international criminals, savages who have no religion, who cannot even be said to belong to any particular ethnic nationality, are at pitching us against one another. That is what ISWAP represents. That is what, and I said we have seen their imprint in that attack, and we're after them. If I know where they are, I will not say it openly here. We are not yet there. Until we apprehend them or neutralize them, it will be totally irresponsible to not be telling you where they are openly here. And even if I say so, I don't have to report it. It won't help the cause of apprehending them. And I want you to understand the context where I'm saying this. If you are genuine about our interest for our nation as patriots, there are information that you must even keep. Should I even carelessly drop the hint? And I will not be too careless to drop the hint. Our security agencies and forces are on their trail. We have indication of who they are, and we are going to get them to bring them to justice. That is the essence of my communication in that regard.
Let me say, in particular, my briefing to the Security Council covers, let's say, a period of from April, the last 21st of April when we met last, to today or yesterday, 8th of June. A lot of the security profile of the country has been analyzed and brought out. In that, we have achievement in terms of successes, and there are cases that are still undetected. For instance, I said we have made arrest of over 584 suspects involved in high-profile crimes consequences. In that, there are cases that borders on banditry, there are cases that borders on issue of IFOP, there are cases that border on issue of BH, there are cases that border on issue of terrorism. There are a lot of cases that are still undetected. As for the issue of Kaduna train, we still have some people in captivity, and we are still trying to see how we can get them released on hot. We are in contact with them. We are in contact with their relations, and it is an issue that you do not need to say much on the air, because the issue of rescue operation requires a lot of negotiations, a lot of tact, because you need to get these people released and hot. And it is not an issue of swapping into these terrorists who are holding people on captivity. But there are positive indications that these people will be released. Better performance, better collaboration, and better engagement with people. Like we always say it, if you have better engagement with people, you will have better information, you will have better collaboration. And with a lot of manpower that we are going to inject into the system, by next month we are graduating about 10,000 policemen to join us. In terms of logistics, we had a lot of tools to work more than ever before. And with better welfare and so forth, I think we should also expect better performance. To whom much is given, much is also expected. So with the issue of welfare, with the issue of logistics, with the issue of tools to work, there should be better performance, and that will mean increase policing, increase maintenance of law and order. Investigation is a process. Crime, if you cannot prevent, you should be able to make effort to detect. So now that it has happened, we have gone to the second layer of taking into cognizance the issue of investigation. And the investigation is a process. It may not start today and end tomorrow. We are on the matter, and the matter will be looked into, both in terms of looking at whatever angle that will bring fruitful results to it. It can be ISWAP, it can be any other thing. It is an act of terrorism that can be seen from all angles. The Honorable Minister said ISWAP. ISWAP is just, it's a suspicion. He said it is suspicion. There is a lot high suspicion that it is an act of the ISWAP. That does not mean we are drawing it to ISWAP activity. It can be an act of terrorism that can be done by BH, that can be done by any terrorist organization or body. So the investigation will in near future maybe tell us what is the true position of that thing, and we are not going to leave it as it is, as you are suspecting. The second question of community policing. Community policing, like the Honorable Minister said, is an issue that has been adopted. It is a policy, it is a process in which the police is now giving back the community a lot of responsibility in terms of policing its own community. That is why you have community policing officers. So it is an issue that will require, just like I said, collaboration between members of the public and the police, or the paid agents, that is the security agents and those that they are going to secure. Nobody is expected to sit back and say those paid agents will only do the job. It is an act that everybody will be involved, and even if it is mere intelligence that you will give, even if it is what you see, you say, what you hear, you say it, and so forth. So these are an issue of carrying together, policing the community together. So the gap can be enhanced and it can be also closed by what I said earlier, like community engagement, enhancing the relationship, better partnership, allowing the community to take lead in what kind of policing it requires. Norms, values, cultures, all should be considered. What is prevalent in that community as crime might not be the same in another crime, in another society, and so forth. So you lead, the community will lead. The knowledge of terrain, the knowledge of people, the knowledge of, so these are things you can leverage on as a security agent and get from the community and work with it. The gaps may be there, but it is going to be closed with partnership, with collaboration, and also offering yourself for the community to lead you in trying to secure them.
I came to, first of all, calm the nerves of Nigerians by explaining the fact that reports were received from all security chiefs in Nigeria, and the council noted the progress being made in normalizing security situation nationwide. We equally took note of the fact that a very sad, violent attack took place in Owo this week's Sunday, and that imprint or imprimatur, footprints of one of the terrorist organizations are detected as the perpetrator. Yeah, of course, the usual practice was for them to own up to it, but it was a cowardly act. They couldn't own up to it. And we are very close to getting them. That bit I didn't have. And I can't say more than that now. Yes, let us all mobilize Nigerians to know that there is no ethnic agenda here. There is no religious agenda here. Pure cowardly criminals are involved in this to precipitate crisis that will suit their own fancy and objective. So let us all mobilize ourselves to, one, defeat the effort to pitch us against ourselves, promote anarchy, foment trouble, and stoke tension that will needlessly set us against one another. We are capable and competent as a nation, as an administration, to maintain law and order and prevent anarchy. That is it.